What's up, agents, and welcome back to another vendor reset video. It's the 12th of August 2025. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Let's get straight into it. Great piece right off the rip here. We've got a sacrifice that can be crit chance, crit damage, perfect glass cannon. If you've not got one, definitely pick one of them up. With all that said, we've got a pretty good piece here with a Uzina. I mean, clutch isn't the best anymore, but you could quite easily change that off and keep the armored core. By all means, because we have armor and armor on kill, gives a couple of interesting opportunities with this, so you might want to pick that up. We've got a Legatus with crit chance, could be crit chance, crit damage, and you could keep spotter. That's a pretty good talent still. Let's move on. At the clan vendor, we've got a Capin with headshot damage, so if you are going to do a headshot build with it, you could put crit chance or weapon handling on, although it is got perfect leadership, so I don't really see how that would work. We got an Umbra Initiative set of gloves, ongoing directive chest piece, really good. Maybe pick this one up if you've not got one already. The chest piece is probably best in slot. And then we've got a Future Initiative backpack. We've got an SR1 with behind you on if you still need it for your bench. I wouldn't really recommend it for anything else. We've got a Zeodoka holster with crit chance, so it could be crit chance, crit damage pretty easily. That might be worth picking up as well. An M700 tactical with streamline on if you need it for your bench. We've got a Providence mask that could be crit chance, crit damage. Could go with the named one that we've just talked about with the sacrifice. If you're doing some kind of build around Providence. An Heraldi set of gloves, probably not the best because they've got crit chance on and probably not the best for that slot anyway. And then, yeah, just a bunch of trash. Let's move on. Alright, so checking out the countdown vendor. We've got a Baker's Dozen. Pretty good if you're a newbie to the game. It's a pretty good M1A to use. Change the damage to armor to damage target out of cover, and yeah, pretty good. We've got a Henry that's got skill haste and status effects on, probably as good as you're going to get it, so you might want to pick this up if you've not got one already. And then we've got a cookbook that is pretty cooked, so let's not bother with it. Let's move on. At the theatre, we've got some contractors gloves, pretty well rolled, pretty good this week, especially for newer players. Change the armor regen to crit chance or crit damage and you got yourself some good ones. Walker Harris gloves here, probably you'd use contractors in place of these, but again, could be crit chance, crit damage if you're a newer player to the game. The mods are all trash. Let's move on. Okay, so at the castle, we've got a scalpel if you want it. Just change the rate of fire to damage target out of cover. A Cova SRS, that is trash. Why am I even talking about it? There's an M249. I really like this gun. Preservations, you want to be able to swap the talent on it. So magazine size is not ideal, but it's a great gun nonetheless, even with preservation on if you change the mag size to damage target out of cover. In fact, I'm talking rubbish. You can't change it to damage target out of cover. You would change it to crit chance. We've got a Cheska mask that could be crit chance, crit damage. Some great starter pieces available this week. A bunch of trash mods. Let's move on. At the campus this week, I've got the Carnage with crit chance. This is perfect. Pick one of these up. Really, really good. Then we've got a few other bits and bats, but nothing really to write home about. Not great. Yeah, it's just not good. So let's just move on. All right, so we're at the DZ West vendor. He's got a backup boomstick if you need one, but it's not the greatest roll, so I'll probably pass. We've got some Heartbreaker gloves. We've got some Virtuoso knees. We've got a Zeodoka set of gloves. I mean, you probably wouldn't use the gloves, but they could be headshot damage and weapon handling if you really wanted to. We've got some terrible mods, so let's just move on. At the DZ East vendor today, which I can't talk to for some reason, we've got a Night Watcher, but I mean, you'd have to keep it armor, change the Hasbro to whatever you want, or maybe you want to keep the Hasbro, but it's there nonetheless. We've got another M249, but not what we want. Foundry Bulwark mask, Hotshot holster, a Golan gear mask, which could be pretty good because it's got armor regen on, so maybe for a tank build. Some trash mods, so let's just move on. Alright, so we're at DZ South. We've got a Glory Days. I mean, it's not a great gun, but it's got all the rolls that you want. So maybe you want it for your collection. We've got an ongoing directive backpack, an ongoing directive chest piece again, but not as good as the previous one. We got a Sokolov chest piece, but I mean, yeah, don't bother with it. It's not worth the DZ credits. Everything else is garbage. Let's move on. All right, at the bridge in Brooklyn, there's not a lot really going on. I mean, the classic RPK is kind of okay if you like the kind of LMG that it is. You could put the talent to whatever you want. We got a pretty good Sokolov chest piece because you can just optimize it and put whatever talent you want on it. So that is pretty good. The mods are trash. There is an 11% protection from Elite's mod though if you need it. Let's move on. All right, so we're at Haven. We've got some guns. This is the most random vendor in the game. We've got a Sokolov backpack. Unfortunately, it just falls. It's not as good as the chest that we've just seen, so not worth bothering with. Everything else though, I mean, unless you want a Hasbro mask, there is a Healer Guard Master. That's kind of good. It's all trash. Let's go and see the main man. All right, so we're looking for Roy to save us. Let's have a look what he's got. He's got M700. Needs a lot of optimization though. But I mean, it could be used with the new Tinkerer mask. Let's have a look what else we've got. Nothing too great here. Yeah, not good. That's going to be it for the video. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.